Hi, this is Michelle, and I want to briefly show you this idea for the Academic Integrity Response Portal. There are three views to the portal: the administrator view, the faculty view, and the student view. From the administrator perspective, a faculty would send a report to the Academic Integrity Office, and they would take a look. If there were no prior history, they would respond with a level 1 recommendation. If there is a prior history by the student, then perhaps they would go to level 2 recommendation and would attempt level 2 perhaps a few times depending on the how serious the error was. And then once it is evident that the learning is not occurring, then we would go to level 3 and at that point perhaps begin the I-road process. At the level 1 view, perhaps there was a problem with failure to cite. And so we would send this link out to the faculty, failure to cite level 1 faculty view. The faculty would have a polished interface that would provide resources and a brief description for each of the types of plagiarism and the degree of seriousness and prior history. So if the Academic Integrity Office suggests that the faculty take a look at the packet called Failure to Cite, Packet 1, then this would bring the faculty member to guidance for teachable moments and tools and resources to support them in supporting the student efficiently and effectively. So at the top of the page would be perhaps a table of contents, and then a little description of what this particular packet intends to achieve with the student. Something about teachable moments with little or no penalty, and then a description here. Please don't pay attention so much to the content, but to the idea and the wireframe, the way it's laid out. Then we would provide ideas for communication and coaching. And in this coaching moment, you would want to talk about the specific type of plagiarism error made, what the student needs to do to correct it, the consequences of correcting or not correcting that error in the classroom, and then the faculty's availability for coaching or feedback and preferred methods of communication. Then we would provide a communication template that they could use all or part of in communicating with the student, and it would be pre-developed, and the faculty could simply copy and paste it into an email with the student's name and the assignment and the concern, and then they could modify that or use that however they choose. And then they would also include, and in this communication template would be a link to the resources for students in developing their skill. Since this is the first time that we have noticed this particular student plagiarizing, we give them an overview of what AP and MLA writing styles are and why we acknowledge others' work and whatever overview we need to provide. This might come from the Writing Center. We might do a link to the Writing Center. The next thing that we offer is specific tools for how to improve your ability to cite other people's works and ideas. And so we click on that link, and here is a student view of their resource. Failure to cite is a category of plagiarism in which the author fails to cite resources in original works, etc. And then different ways that failure to cite can appear in a paper, an example of a failure to cite, and then how to properly cite original resources and consequences for failing to cite at Ashford University. So this is the procedure that we're considering for supporting faculty and students in coaching them to success. Now, Packet 2 would have more perhaps more warnings, more sanctions. Packet 3 would possibly be the pathway to the I-road. So back to the administrator view, and I hope that this process makes a little bit more sense, and I will be also discussing it with you in our next meeting. Thank you so much.